September we met, I could tell by your smile, you hadn't been with a good...
Hi everybody, so I am back with another video as promised. So for those that have not actually seen my channel, this is my second video. And I'm sorry if I don't look at the camera at times, but I'm barely getting used to this, recording myself thing. So I sometimes like look at myself on the screen. But yeah, so I am back. And basically what I said on my first video is that I am gonna do videos on many topics, including business, homeschooling, motherhood, recipes, lifestyle, anything. But this video particularly, it's gonna be about how to start an online boutique. So yes, so I am back, and like I said on the other video, I was gonna come back and talk about how to start an online boutique. So on this video, I'm just gonna talk about things I did to start my boutique. And but like I said, I really recommend for you to watch other videos, not just mine. Just search on YouTube, ways to start a boutique, different ways to start an online boutique, and just watch as many as you can, and just put their ideas together with other people's ideas, and all their experiences and all that stuff. I really recommend you to do that. That way, by the time you want to start, you already know what to start or how to start it, and you don't have so much of a struggle like I did, because I was so like impatient. So I was like, you know what, let me just do it. I would watch a video, oh, I need to do it, but it's not the way to go. Just like any business, I feel that, and I think that we need to like plan it. Just like any successful business, they have a business plan. And I think that was my mistake, not doing a business plan before I even, started this journey. But I really, really encourage you to do it. Just like if you're gonna start a big business, it's the same thing. It's gonna be small, but you want it to be successful. So I recommend you plan it. Plan every little detail that you may think of. Maybe plan what I'm gonna tell you to, to do before you even start your online boutique. Have everything planned. I believe, and I'm a great believer, that having a business plan is the best way to go. So yes, so I'm gonna talk about 5 to 6 things that I really believe should be on your business plan, and things that you need to do prior to even opening an online boutique to be very successful. So number one, first of all, and I don't know if you've seen other videos, and if you're here, like I said before, you probably have already seen types of online boutiques or online businesses. So for me, I have tried handmade, I have tried drop shipping, I have tried ready to ship. So first decide which of the 3 you want to use before you even find your niche, before you even find a supplier. If you're gonna do handmade, well, obviously you're the supplier. If you're gonna do drop shipping or ready to ship, it's the same thing. You're gonna find your wholesaler, your supplier, and the only difference is whether are you gonna ship it yourself, or are you gonna do drop shipping and have them ship it to the buyer, to the customer. So yes, so number 1 to me is find the type of store, or decide the type of store you want to have, which is handmade, drop shipping, or ready to ship items. So number 2, I really recommend you finding your product. So as for me, I think what really would work if it was something that was really popular, and it was it's lacking out there. If it's something that people are actually into at the moment, or something that's not out there at all that you think might work, something that you love, something that you're really into. That way it can like motivate you, and you would actually want to do it. So yes, so first of all, you're gonna find or decide the type of store you want to have. Second of all, you want to find your product, and then third of all, you want to find your supplier. And so basically, if it's handmade, like I said, you're your own supplier. If it's drop shipping, ready to ship or pre-order, there's a bunch of suppliers that out there that you can also Google wholesales or wholesalers. I think there's a website called wholesalers.com, and then there's like a list of wholesalers depending on the type of item that you're gonna use. And then they have like wholesale expos. I think there was one here in Austin, and I don't know where else they have expos like that. But yeah, you can actually find your wholesalers. And as for wholesalers, I can talk a little bit more about that like in another video. So yeah, so these are just like the main things that I recommend you do your research and plan on your business plan before you even start anything. And then so it's first, like I said, find the type of store you want to have. Second of all, find your product. Third of all, find your supplier. And then fourth of all, after you have all those three things, I think you need to decide on what kind of platform you want to use. So basically, there is many e-commerce platforms that you can use, but personally, I have used Etsy and Shopify. So Etsy, obviously, it's for handmade stuff. And like I said, I used to do handmade items at the beginning, and it's very easy. You make an account, they make it super easy for you to upload a listing. You upload the listing, pictures, they charge you like 40 cents per listing for like 3-month period, and then they charge you a fee after every sale that you make or something like that. And then for Shopify, it's a little bit different, because for Shopify, you actually have to pay monthly. I pay $29.95, I believe, per month, which is fine for me, because from one item that I sell, I already made up, the monthly payment. And then they also charge a small fee for every sale that you make. And then yeah, so that's number 4. Find your e-commerce you want to use. And then number 5, build social media. Build your audience. You will still sell even without an audience, because you can use Facebook ads, Instagram ads, but I really recommend you build an audience. Build a Instagram, build a Facebook, just create a website so that people, create social media so that people feel comfortable seeing, who's actually out there, or it's actually legit. If you don't have no social media, no reviews, no nothing, it's gonna be a little bit harder for you to sell. So I recommend you get, you make your social media. So after you follow all these steps, and before you actually have your website live, you might want to consider getting a reseller's permit or license. So that's basically for you to be able to resell items, because you're gonna have a supplier and they have a license, but you need a license to actually resell items. So yeah, find get your license or your permit. I don't know what it's called. I think it's a permit. License, I guess. You can just Google it, and then they come up, and they're not really expensive, but I really recommend you have, just so that you don't get in trouble, with the law. But second of all, find your name. Find what you're gonna, what relates to your shop, or what you want it to be. Whatever you want it to be, you can name it. And make sure you go into when you go to Shopify, you can check buy a domain and type and check if it's available. If it's available, then you can choose that name for your website. If not, go also on Instagram, on Facebook, and if you have a certain name in mind, search it on Instagram, and if it pops out, don't get it, because that means you won't be able to get the domain either, because somebody else already has it. Try to find a name that's not already on Instagram, or nobody has it on Facebook, nobody has it on Shopify or Etsy or whatever other platform, or Google it, So yeah, so after you have your business plans done, now you can plan your name and your licensing and all that kind of stuff. After all these steps are done, you are set to sell. You are ready to build your website, follow all these steps that I had just said. And then after all this, then you can worry about if you're gonna do pre-order and ready to ship, worry about shipping. How are you gonna ship it? And like I said, I will make a video about shipping further on because I do have ready to ship items at the moment. So I ship it myself, and there's certain things that I use or certain techniques that I use to ship my items, but we'll talk about that, like I said, in another video. If you're doing drop shipping, then do not worry about shipping, because you will not be shipping yourself. And then so these are 5 things or 6 things I recommend you plan ahead of time before you even start your e-commerce, and this will make it a lot easier for you. Like I said, if you're gonna maybe make lists for the products that you might want to sell, the suppliers you might want to use, the e-commerce platforms that you want to use. Do a list, make a list of maybe which ones you want to try. As for the e-commerce platforms, how much do they charge? If you're the suppliers, who's better, who's cheaper, who's faster to deliver your products. And yeah, so basically that is what I wanted to talk about in this video. Like I said, plan your business. I recommend. I know many of them don't, and honestly, I can open a store now and say ooh, I will open one, and spontaneously, like I just did this past weekend. I decided I wanted to open up a dropshipping store, and guess what? I did. I opened it. Real quick, but I already have a little bit more knowledge. I already know what works, what not works. But if you're really new to this, I recommend plan it because actually Shopify gives you, I don't know how many days for free. Right now it's a 3-month trial, which is super nice because you have 3 months to actually build your website, plan it, and put it out there, and without having to pay your monthly fee. But I think other times it was 30 days. I don't know why or maybe I'm wrong, but right now it's 3 months. So yeah, try that, and like I said, plan it. Build your social media, build your audience. Don't be afraid, just get out there, just do it. If you already have a product in mind, what are you waiting for? Just do it. It's not hard at all. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You can just close up, unless also if you're gonna do pre-order items or ready to ship items, do not go crazy on buying inventory. Just limit yourself to what might work, what might sell, and all that stuff. Do not go overboard. Do not, because then you're gonna be stuck with items that are not gonna sell if they do not sell. So I recommend just give it a try, small on your inventory, and then you'll see what works and what doesn't. And if it's really popular and you're selling now, then go for it, girl. But if not, please, small inventory. And yeah, so that's pretty much what this video is about, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
September we met, I could tell by your smile you hadn't been with a good